and welcome to our video.
Yeah, so my name is Liz, if you don't remember from our intro.
And I'm Maya, and we just want to talk to you a little bit about what the project is this week. So, your unit for this week is identity. So, we're basically just wanting to talk about ourselves, what we mean to ourselves, what kind of things we think about when we think of ourselves. And for that, I think we're going to be really looking at our project and being able to peer within. So
we took inspiration from a very famous artist named Frida Kahlo, and in her paintings, a lot of them are her depicted with things that were relevant to her life that are around her. So in your assignment, you will be taking a picture of yourself and you will be painting over it, and we'll get into that later, but you'll also get a chance to collage and draw, and it should be a really fun assignment.
yeah, so let's get to it.
So we're going to begin this tutorial with a crash course on gouache. The first section of this video is just gouache straight out of the tube. It's really hard to move it around the page. I find that if you want something opaque, it's much easier to use a wet brush and then dip it into the gouache like I did for the second demo. The third one I'm doing is wet paper and then dipping that gouache inside, and the gouache behaves a little bit more like watercolor, and you can get some really cool blends with that. Now I'm just playing around in the bottom of the page, and I went straight in with the gouache, and I'm going to blend it out with water. This is to show you all the different things that you can do. Another technique is to like drop water for like a fisheye effect. And here I'm going to write my name. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to blend that out, because gouache is super forgiving, and which is one of the reasons why we wanted you to have it. When choosing items to use in this assignment, you're not limited to just what I have here on the page, but you're definitely going to need a black and white photo of yourself, some sort of media to represent things in your life, a pencil, a micron pen or Sharpie marker, gouache, paper towels, water, and of course paintbrush for the gouache. So we're going to begin with gluing down my items that represent me. I chose these items just because I felt like they kind of give you a snapshot of what I like. So soup is my favorite food. I like all kinds, which is, I know, a silly favorite food, but there it is. Music is really important to me. I listen to a ridiculous amount of music, so that's why I put a guitar. And cool it, because I used to work in environmental education, which was a really fun time in my life. So there's that. And lastly, but a bird. And I love putting birds in my own artwork, so why not put it here? So now we're going to get to the part where it might be a little tricky for some of you. You're going to go ahead and you're going to take your black and white photo that you have printed out, and you are going to glue it to your page. I did this a little quickly, so when you're painting it, you might want to let it sit and dry on your page so it's really put down on that page, instead of what I did, which was do it right after I glued. After you're done gluing, you're just going to take your gouache and you're going to begin to paint. You're going to color yourself in like a coloring book. You don't have to be limited to the colors that you are in your walking life. If I wanted neon pink hair, I would have put neon pink hair. Or you'll see here how I have sunglasses, and you can see the phone in my sunglasses. So I'm just going to paint on over that, because I don't want, my painting of me to have a phone in the sunglasses. When I began painting over the phone, I noticed that the dark ink from the printer was resisting the gouache. So if you just take gouache straight out of the tube and blend it out and paint it, it seems to cover the dark ink pretty well. So the next step that we would like you guys to do is we don't want you just to use collage elements in this. We also want to see some sort of drawing elements. And when you get to see Maya's self-portrait, you will see how she used a lot of drawing in hers to represent herself. And so here I'm just doing doodles to accentuate, you know, my head like a little crown. You are by all means not limited to white paper. You can use colored paper. You can paint on the background before you glue things. This is all up to you. It's a representation of you with all the things that you love around you. So I put plants around me because I love being in the outdoors. I put a paintbrush. I made a little bit of pattern right there, which if I had more time I would have colored in with like a marker or colored pencils. But it's all up to you, and there's no limits.
So that is your assignment. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your professor, and they should be able to clear up any confusion.
All right, so let's take a look at your project.
All right.
What does it mean to you?
Here is what I came up with. I'll bring it close to the camera.
I love your green
Check it out.
eyebrows.
Thank you. So I have a couple key items that are around me. One of them is a school bus because I used to live in a really, really cool school bus when I was in high school. And then I have a planner up here by my head because I gotta keep my life in order and that makes me feel sane. And then on my shoulder over here, I have a cat. And it's not my cat, but I just love cats, so I thought that was good. And then over in this side, I have a yanagiba, which is a really fancy word for a super sharp Japanese knife, because I am a sushi chef. And then I got some cactuses and succulents, because I love gardening.
And her sunroom is just filled with plants.
Oh yeah. And then I have redwood trees as a crown because I grew up in Humboldt and redwoods are very, I don't know, they're very special to me. I love them.
That's beautiful.
So that's it for my project.
Yeah, that looks so special. All right, so we want to give a special shout out and thank you to our cinematographer, Alexa. She has been just a rock star through all of this and making sure everything is lined up, and so we want to give her the recognition that she deserves.
Yeah, so thank you for watching our video. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I know it's going to be great.
All